Mridula is live with us. Mridula, what details do you have? He's likely to be arrested anytime now.
I've just got confirmation from highest police sources that he is indeed he has been arrested. Akbaruddin Owaisi has been arrested as he is still inside Gandhi Hospital's emergency ward. He is facing charges of 153A and 121 of the IPC, and it is on those two charges that he has now been arrested. What I understand from my sources that he will be taken to Nirmal police station in Adilabad, where these FIR has been filed. It is the police of Adilabad who actually brought him here to this medical examination, and now they will be taking him. It is most probably will be leaving right here from the hospital to Nirmal police station.
Alright, so we are hearing it first here on Headlines today. Akbaruddin Owaisi has been arrested by the police from within the hospital where he underwent that medical test. Mridula, just take us through once again what's going to happen now as far as Mr. Owaisi is concerned. Where is he going to be taken? Where is the questioning going to happen?
Well, the FIRs have been registered by Adilabad and Nizamabad police, and today's medical examination was conducted under the purview of the Adilabad police, who wanted to verify the authenticity of his claim that he was unwell and unfit to travel to Adilabad. So it is Adilabad police, the Nirmal police station police, who are here inside the Gandhi hospital, and who are the ones who will be taking him into custody and taking him to Nirmal, because that is where the first FIR has been registered. He was supposed to appear there yesterday, but now having arrested him, they will take him there to face the consequences of that arrest in Nirmal. In all probability, he will be produced before the local magistrate there in Nirmal by tonight itself if they leave. Here it's about a 220-kilometer journey from Hyderabad to Nirmal. So it will take about 4 hours or so to reach there. After that, by the time it would be nightfall, obviously.
Yes.
So it is likely that he will be taken to the magistrate's house there and presented before him. But in any case, they have 24 hours since arrest to produce him before the magistrate. And so it is either tonight or tomorrow morning they will be presenting him.
Okay, we've lost a bit of that audio. We'll try and re-establish that with Mridula Chanduri, who's live with us from Hyderabad. I'd like to just get that audio link working once again with Mridula, who is the first to report the arrest of Akbaruddin Owaisi, and we're the first to bring that to you, therefore, here on Headlines today. Akbaruddin Owaisi has finally been arrested, and he will be taken away to Nirmal, a short distance away from Hyderabad, for questioning by the police. Remember, that is where one of the FIRs against him was also registered. One of two FIRs was registered in Nirmal as well. Mr. Amarnath K. Menon, senior editor of India Today magazine, is with us on the phone line. Mr. Menon, like you said, he's finally been arrested. This was imminent for a while. We can confirm that it finally has happened. He's been arrested. What happens now?
There will be further questioning, and considering that it's been done by officials of the Adilabad district police,
yes,
in all likelihood they will move him to the northernmost district of Andhra Pradesh, because it's within their area this incident took place.
And Mr. Menon, you know, considering how sensitive this whole thing is, and we've seen so many of Akbaruddin Owaisi's supporters spill out onto the streets, has the Hyderabad police made all security arrangements within the city in anticipation of possible trouble?
They began this process even before he landed in Hyderabad early yesterday.
Okay.
And they have stepped up the security in the old city areas where they could take to rioting or stone throwing on public transport.
Yes.
They've also beefed up security at other places in the new Hyderabad areas, particularly in the information technology park area, so that they do not create a situation by which things could spin out of control.
Okay.
But sporadic incidents are likely, and I think that may be difficult for the police to contain.
Okay, that is disturbing. There will be sporadic incidents, perhaps, of violence, considering the huge amount of support that Akbaruddin Owaisi enjoys in certain pockets of Andhra Pradesh, especially there in Hyderabad. Amarnath K. Menon, thanks very much for speaking to Headlines today, getting us your views on what's likely to happen right now. We're going to try and re-establish contact with our two reporters, Mridula Chanduri and Pratibha Raman, reporting from right there in the Melli, outside that hospital where Akbaruddin Owaisi has just been arrested. You heard it first here on Headlines today. We've been tracking this story very closely, very carefully, getting you every single minute of a serious hate speech case by Akbaruddin Owaisi, younger brother of Asaduddin Owaisi, who is a member of parliament in the Lok Sabha from the Majlis-e-Ittehadul Muslimeen party, the MIM, and Akbaruddin Owaisi, who returned from London just a couple of days ago, has finally been taken to custody by the police. He will be driven a short while from now to Nirmal, where he will be questioned. Going to get you, well, that's Mridula on your screen right now, a reporter. She can't hear us, but she's right there, and she's going to be sending us a ground report and telling us what really happened. She's the woman who broke the news about Akbaruddin Owaisi's arrest. But I'd like to go across to our other reporter who's on the ground there, Pratibha Raman, who's with us. Pratibha, Akbaruddin has been arrested finally. We've broken it here on Headlines Today first, ahead of anybody else. What details are you getting, Pratibha, about what's going to happen now? Can you see Akbaruddin anywhere? He was standing behind that grill. Is he still visible to you?
Well, we did see a glimpse of him for a brief while, a fleeting glance of Mr. Owaisi before the whole crowd went off in an uproar because all his supporters began shouting slogans, and immediately he was driven inside and the gates were closed at the hospital. So as of now, not that he has been arrested, he has been kept under custody inside the hospital as of now. The police is all out trying to clear the pathway, and once there is some order, some peace in the hospital premises, he will be driven a short while from now to the Nirmal police station. Now the big question is whether he will be produced before the magistrate tonight itself, or whether the procedure will take place tomorrow morning. So that is going to be doing the rounds, and perhaps they would be keeping him under the police custody and interrogating him further questions, whatever evidence that they could collect before they produce him before the magistrate. That is going to be the next course of action. Now that he has been finally arrested, the two of the main sections under which he's been arrested, one is 153A, the other is 121. Both are very strong offences that he has committed, creating discord between communities, using religion as the subject, as well as going against the government, waging a war against the government. These are two very, very serious offences, so we'll have to wait and see what kind of verdict will the magistrate actually give, whether he will be continue with police custody for further interrogation, or whether he'd be sent to judicial custody. These are many of the questions that are doing the rounds as of now.
Well, the establishment has been ridiculously soft and lenient with Akbaruddin Owaisi, allowing him to do exactly as he pleases, call all the shots, arresting him at his convenience in a hospital of his choosing, at a time of his choosing. But now the case will be with the investigation agencies and the judiciary. And thankfully, we can have faith in the judiciary, perhaps, that this man will be brought to justice for the things he has said. He must face justice for the words he used. He must be accountable, and he must be called out for those things that he incited people about in at least 2 speeches in Andhra Pradesh last month. Akbaruddin Owaisi wants to be a martyr of kinds. He waves to his supporters before entering a hospital. But does he have any remorse? For a coward that he is, he hasn't faced a single question since the media started covering his speech. Considering just how much time he devoted to that speech, over 1 hour and 5 minutes of pure unadulterated hate, he did not have one word when questions were asked to him by the media, especially here on Headlines Today. His brother, Asaduddin Owaisi, who's a member of parliament, accountable to the people. The food they eat is paid for by taxpayers' money. And yet, they have no reason to come out and explain themselves to the people who actually voted them into power. Akbaruddin Owaisi has finally been taken into custody. Pratibha Raman, Mridula Chanduri are 2 reporters who have broken the story here on Headlines Today. First, with us live from right outside there. Pratibha, have they already left?
I've put you on hold.
Okay, we'll get back to Pratibha in just a bit. She's speaking to her sources, obviously, so we will get back to her in just a moment. But Akbaruddin Owaisi, his health report was out a short while ago, where the police thankfully said that he has no major illness that would preclude him from being questioned or arrested by the police. He's been detained, he's been arrested by the police, and he will be driven a short while from now to Nirmal, about 200 kilometers outside Hyderabad. Senior editor of India Today magazine reporting for us, saying that there may be sporadic acts of violence, people taking the law into their own hands, but arrangements have been made for additional security in Hyderabad and several other districts in anticipation of a possible backlash by hundreds of Akbaruddin Owaisi supporters, many of whom have actually converged on Hyderabad to lend support and show solidarity to a man who has stood for nothing but hate in at least 2 speeches last month in Andhra Pradesh. He's been treated at a hospital for illnesses that didn't seem to stop him from making those speeches in the first place, and he has now made a full attempt to make those illnesses excuses to escape the law, duck due diligence, due process of the law and investigations by the police, an already lenient and pusillanimous police. And now we've got Akbaruddin Owaisi. He's been arrested by the police. Finally, they didn't make a big show of it. They arrested him quietly inside the hospital, where medical tests concluded that he was simply not ill enough to evade the law any longer. Pratibha Raman is with us again on the phone line. She is speaking to our sources. But Pratibha, get us an update on Akbaruddin. Is he still inside the hospital? Has he been moved yet?
No, he hasn't moved yet. He's still inside the hospital. We did see a fleeting glance of Owaisi before the whole crowd went into a major uproar. And soon after which they dragged him inside again to maintain some law and order. The police is trying to clear out the space here, clear out all these supporters out of here so that he could be taken away to the Nirmal police station in peace where he would be interrogated. Further questioning will be done. The big question is whether he'll be produced before the magistrate tonight or tomorrow morning. That will be doing the rounds now. But before that, finally he has been arrested, and that whether the police will actually do some interrogation, gather more evidence so that the case could be built up very strong against him. 2 very serious offences committed by him. One is 153A as well as 121. Serious offences. So further action, what would be the stringent action that will be taken by the government, by the police? That is a big question that will be doing the rounds soon after this.
Well, that's a big question that's going to be doing the rounds. Several other questions as well. Asaduddin Owaisi, this hate-monger MLA's elder brother, who's a member of parliament in the Lok Sabha, he himself has made very selective comments, very, very carefully selective comments about his younger brother, giving everybody the impression that he has not castigated him and perhaps even endorses his views. Does he? Does he not? Why has he not come out and clarified? Asaduddin Owaisi, the elder brother, supposed to be the patriarch and the supremo of the Majlis-e-Ittehadul Muslimeen, he hasn't had the gumption to come out and clarify his stand. All he has said, he's come out to say that Akbaruddin is not a coward. He will not evade the law. He will not run away from the law. He will turn himself in. But has he once said that what his younger brother said was wrong and hateful and incorrect and that the party does not support it? Think about it. Not even once. What is the inference? Does the MIM support the words? Does Asaduddin support the hateful venom that his younger brother Akbaruddin Owaisi, who will now hopefully be punished by the Indian judicial system, actually said in at least 2 speeches? One of them on the 24th of December in Adilabad, Andhra Pradesh last month, a speech that went viral on YouTube and was actually, which actually came to light as a result of it going viral on social media. It was on Twitter and on Facebook that people flagged up this speech that perhaps would have simply been lost in the noise that is the internet otherwise. It came up on social media, people took it up, it was taken up by the media, by headlines today, and now this man has been arrested. The question is, what happens to Akbaruddin Owaisi now? Now that the clamps are on him, will he still be shown leniency? Will the establishment still let him get off the hook easily? Pratibha, just explain to us what those sections are that he's been arrested under.
Well, there are 2 sections that he's been arrested under. One is 153A as well as the other, which is 121. Both are serious offences.
Yes.
153A, in fact, if I have to explain that, it is to create violence between communities using religion as the subject. And
Yes.
121 is waging a war against the government. 2 very serious offences. So, with this in mind, what will be the further course of action that will be taken by the police? Whether he will be given some kind of stringent punishment on this, or whether he will
be getting away because the police has repeatedly shown leniency towards Owaisi. The government also has shown leniency towards Owaisi. That is the big question. As you can see right now, we are standing outside the hospital where he will be taken in a short while from now to the Nirmal police station, and you can see there is some kind of tension that is building up. All his supporters, I guess, have already got the news about his arrest.
Yes.
So people are coming to visit him, people are coming to pay respect to him. Many of the MLAs, many of the leaders, in fact you can see many of them are trying to clear the way for them so that he could go inside and meet this person. There's so much of confusion that is going on here outside the hospital, and the police is also trying to ensure that there is enough peace, law and order that can be maintained before he can be safely driven to the Nirmal police station, where further questioning could be done, as well as he could be produced before the magistrate tonight itself to ensure that there is enough evidence that should be gathered before that first. So whether he will be produced before the magistrate tonight or tomorrow morning is the big question that will be doing the rounds now.
Pratibha, we can see some politicians or some VIP type persons trying to get inside right now. Do we have a fix on who those people are?
As of now, these are many of the MLAs here. Since yesterday, people have been visiting his house. Considering the fact that he's been citing health reasons, many of them have paid visits.
Pratibha, just stay with me for a moment. Pratibha, I'll just come back to you in just a moment from now. I want to get a quick reaction from Siddharth Nath Singh, spokesperson for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Siddharth, your reactions, 36 hours it's taken for the police to finally arrest him on Owaisi's own terms.
Well, after deafening silence by the Congress, central government, the state government, the inevitable has happened.
Yes.
And it has happened not because the Congress state government wanted this to happen, but there has been a huge media pressure, the BJP's pressure, and the public outcry at the hate speech given by Akbaruddin Owaisi.
Yes.
Irrespective, still the Congress needs to answer. They need to answer why this delay in taking action and why there has been a lenient attitude towards Owaisi. This is a classic book case of Congress party, how they incite minority communalism.
Siddharth Nath Singh of the BJP with that initial reaction on the several questions that need to be asked of the police and of the ruling Congress in Andhra Pradesh. Those are questions that we've been asking here on Headlines Today as well. No answers just yet. Take a look at these live pictures. There's Akbaruddin Owaisi finally emerging from the Gandhi Hospital in Hyderabad after that quote-unquote health checkup where he's been given a clean bill of health. At least nothing so serious that he cannot be arrested and face questions that any other hate monger like him would face as part of the due process of law. Akbaruddin Owaisi being mobbed by the media. Headlines Today's cameras are there as well. He's conveniently swathed himself in a human shield of security and supporters who've done nothing but disrupt the actions and the duties of police and the media in covering a story that is of national interest, that has national security implications. Akbaruddin Owaisi will now be bundled into a car and treated like the hate monger that he is. He will be bundled away to the Nirmal police station where he will be questioned. It is a few hundred kilometers outside Hyderabad. And these are live images of what it's like right outside the hospital. Many of the people you see right now on your screens are supporters. Very few of them are just curious bystanders. Many of these people you see are supporters of the MIM. Live images coming to you from right outside. Akbaruddin Owaisi is in the process of being put into a vehicle and taken away from the site. Mridula Chanduri is with me live. Mridula, take us through what's happening right now. He's being taken away as we speak.
Well, as of now, you can see what the visuals here suggest
that Akbaruddin Owaisi has right now been taken away.
Yes.
I'm trying to see if I can catch the lawyer of Akbaruddin Owaisi to talk to us. We're trying to reach there. If you can just hold on for a second.
Yes, absolutely.
We are trying to reach there and get his reaction also. But I think my colleague can reach there. But what we understand is that he has now been taken. We're trying to get a reaction from the lawyer of Akbaruddin Owaisi, where he has now been taking an ambulance, in fact, away from Hyderabad, away from the Gandhi Medical School, that there is much crowd.
Okay, Mridula is going to try and get us a word from Akbaruddin Owaisi's lawyer. But as you can see from these pictures, just a moment ago, Akbaruddin Owaisi being mobbed by the media, being swathed by a human shield of protesters and the police. All right, the lawyer. Here's the lawyer. Bit of an audio problem. We'll try and get that for you. You can imagine what it's like in that melee situation right now. That's the lawyer for Akbaruddin Owaisi speaking to the press.
And we have been cooperating. It is not as though we ever wanted to evade the law, or he came all the way from London just to do this. And the whole day was wasted, and now he has been taken away right before you.
Is he being taken to
वही तो कह रहा हूँ मैं, ये नहीं बताए कि उन्होंने फिट है ट्रैवल करने के वास्ते, जबकि सुबह से मेडिकल टेस्ट चले और उसकी रिपोर्ट अभी भी नहीं दी गई हमारे को.
Is he being taken to Adilabad?
They have not informed whether they are taken to Adilabad or Nirmal. They have not specified. The police concerned have taken him right now. We will ascertain and come back to the channels as soon as we know where he is being taken.
The charge is that he didn't cooperate with the law.
It is absolutely wrong. He has been before you as 10:30 onwards, silently, without food, because the instructions were not to have anything to face the medical test. Even when he wanted to just take a small little recess, go home, by telling the police concerned that you can come to my house and take me from there, let me pick up my bare requirements for toiletry even, that was not permitted.
So one of the accusations of the police is that they are not convinced with his London visit based on his medical reports.
I am sorry, this is a wrong statement. It is a self-serving statement. He has gone there for a re-evaluation. Today's reports, as I understand, do show that he is not in a fit state of health. In spite of which, without serving, he has been taken right before your eyes, and then we did not resist anything. We wanted our cadre. We wanted our cadre not to even raise a slogan. You have seen that with your eyes. Now please, you, the media, come to a decision whether we have been wrong or we have been doing wrong to the society. We have been cooperating. You just asked me the accusation. What is that accusation? You have been seeing us. The press has maintained total patience. We have exhibited total patience. Is that not enough proof that we are here to cooperate with the law? Please.
What is the next course of legal action going to be for?
That the police has to decide. I must use this and say they are not sure what they want to do. Every last minute we had to request the superintendent to issue the report. We had to request the higher officials who are here to come forward and do the needful. That he is suffering. He has developed acute pain because of his hernia, and he was suffering even then.
There is also writ petition in
Yes,
the state.
and then the biggest point I want to make is there is a slip prescription given to him. He is not supposed to take any painkillers. He will collapse any minute he takes a painkiller. The doctors here have prescribed. It was very lucky that Akbaruddin is a wise man and is a literate person. He has read that and he questioned, by what authority you, without finding the investigation from me, have issued these medicines to me? If I take...
There is also writ petition in
Yes,
the state.
and then the biggest point I want to make is there is a slip prescription given to him. He is not supposed to take any painkillers. He will collapse any minute he takes a painkiller. The doctors here have prescribed. It was very lucky that Akbaruddin is a wise man and is a literate person. He has read that and he questioned, by what authority you, without finding the investigation from me, have issued these medicines to me. If I take them, I'll collapse here. He has refused to take it, and without medication, he has been... There is a bullet, that's the bullet lodged whereby his sciatica nerve makes his entire right side numb. Even that is not considered. There are are three major portions in his body which are right now in a very critical state. मैं कौन होता या कि डॉक्टर नहीं बोल सके अब तक, तो मैं कौन होता बोलने वाला ये? जो डॉक्टर जब सुबह से मुआयना कर रहे थे तो डॉक्टर्स का काम ये था कि उनको निकालने से पहले बताएं कि ही इज फिट. उठ के अपने not even mentioned. They said we will furnish it to you at the right time. I do not know what the right time is. We have been pestering them, we have been asking, requesting, and they said 5 minutes from 2:15 onwards till now. Even as of now, there is no medical report furnished to us of the findings made by this hospital and its authorities.
Were these questions that they were asking that Mr. Owaisi refused to answer at this point?
No, there was everything, every cooperation offered, every minute to every person that came up, and he was very humble, even of offering that if you permit me to have a little food at my house, you can also join. Pick me up from there and take me where you want, but do it according to the procedure. First produce me before the magistrate at Hyderabad because I will be in transit. They said we will do what we want and it has been taken. Any more questions from any side? With that I call it off. Thank you.
We'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Shafiquddin Akbaruddin Owaisi's lawyer there speaking to the press, saying that he has no idea where his client Akbaruddin Owaisi, the hate-mongering politician, has been taken away by the police 36 hours after he arrived from a holiday in London. And he says that his client was not allowed to go home for a short recess as requested to collect, quote-unquote, his personal effects and toiletries for this long trip to Nirmal. He's weak. He has apparently a hernia in the abdomen, a bullet injury he sustained last year which is pressing against his sciatic nerve. Reminding our viewers, none of these ailments actually bothered him when he gave a 1 hour 5 minute hate speech in Adilabad last month.